On this episode of Lapeef, Let's Talk.
Is this
No,
what I
be
want?
specific, Logic. Who make what sound boring?
All right, look. See, it wasn't even meant for nobody to take it personal or then like that. Like I said, that's why I don't say nothing when they talk about marriage, because I don't know about it. I'd be disingenuous, I'd be lying. Or I'd be talking with somebody to say. Well, I'm just saying, it's like, yes, marriage is really great. It's super dope. I mean, I'm like, God damn.
Well,
No,
Logic,
I'm asking you
I
a
think you
legit
need to give
question.
your
Wait, Court. I'm sorry. Just
Yeah.
really quick. Logic, I'm asking you a legit question because you said that people on this panel make marriage sound boring. Now, I'm recently married, so I can't speak to married life like that, right? Anton be saying some wild stuff out of his mouth. So I know you can't be saying he make marriage sound boring because he be saying some wild stuff.
You know what the funniest part about it is? We talk.
Wait,
Hold on,
really
wait.
quick, Anton. Just really
Hold on,
quick.
wait. Hold on. Let me just add some context to that, though. We talked about sex. Mr. Logic was looking squared in the mug on this panel. Am I off?
Well, you know what it was that, again, like I knew relatively early that she was going to be the one that I spent the rest of my life with. So in my head, I'm thinking, I mean, it don't really matter. We can get married now, we can get married later, whatever. So I was more like, it wasn't like I'm pressing her to get married. I was like indifferent to it. I'm like, okay, cool. But I mean, we gonna be together eventually. I mean, we're gonna be together forever regardless. So we'll do it now, then it don't really matter. But she was more so like, well, you're not necessarily ready. And she was right. Because at that time I was going out a lot. I'm moving around. Like I say, I'm young. I'm from the hood. I'm just getting money. So I'm out here spending it recklessly. And I wasn't ready to lead a marriage. I think like it's a certain mindset. Like as a man, when you get married like that, it's a certain like maturity that you have to have and like discipline and things of that nature. And I didn't have much discipline, if we're gonna be honest. Like I'm still on the scene a lot, moving around, all of that, and get money, but again, just not ready to lead per se. And she seen that, and like the conversation came up almost jokingly. I was like, man, what would you do if I proposed to you? Man? What up? She basically like, she said, you're not ready to be married. That's what she said. And then I thought about it, and I'm like, well, damn, you're right. You know what I'm saying? And then that kind of made me get my shit together somewhat. And then once I did, then we end up, going through with it. But again, just like young and ignorant and immature, and she, again, women mature faster than men, so she seen that, called me on it, and she was right. If we probably got married back then, we'd probably be divorced by now. So,
and I think Trill speaking to the fact that his wife had discernment for their situation. Most men, like, listen, man, I know in these spaces it's cool to say we can survive without women and all this other stuff and all these different talk. Men want to be married, man. Like, let's stop with that bull crap talking point, man. Men want to secure a legacy.
With the Logic face.
Look, I didn't say all men. I didn't say all men. Most men want a family, legacy, stability, and peace. That comes with marriage. That comes with something, man. Like when you hear people talking about I'm hustling for my last name, they not hustling just to leave a legacy of their name and it just dies with them. You want to create generational wealth. You want to create a generation of legacy of your name being strong in your neighborhood and community. That comes with marriage. So, I know when I listen to Trill, it just sounds like he was intentional and he was on purpose. And he just happened to know that at a young age, which a lot of brothers don't know that at a young age. A lot of us find it later in life, right? But I think what he's speaking to with his wife, which I think is very dope, is that she had that level of discernment, which is another benefit that you get from your woman. She has that level of discernment, that balance, and the ability to see your blind spots, right? She can oftentimes she can save you from making some crucial mistakes, right? So that's my take on it, man. Like, dudes got to stop fronting, man. We want to be married. I think what's happening is, brothers, what the conversation is with a lot of brothers is that the quality that they feel in the dating pool right now is not living up to their standard.
And I don't really got nothing to say because y'all got me out of my comfort zone. I listen to the OGs in this situation that's married. But I'm gonna say this, y'all make marriage seem boring, man. Y'all conversation about marriage, I'd be about to fall asleep.
Carla's agreeing. She's saying yes.
I want to get
I
married.
posted about this in the group earlier. Like the way y'all make it sound like is like.
Okay, so I'm not the only one then. All right.
No, because remember last week we were talking about liking to do things, and they're like, "Oh, Kayla, how are you ever going to be married if you like to do things?" I'm like, "What does being married mean? That we don't do shit? What does that mean?" I want to go to the game. I want to go do stuff. Like, what do you mean being married mean we ain't gonna go do nothing? Like, our life is just you got to be in a house and you got to be like that. You can't balance doing those things and going outside. I don't understand. Like,
that's because y'all thrive in toxicity.
Oh man.
What? What does that got to do with being toxic?
Because like Mr. Logic was like, oh man, it's like that's because he like chaos. Mr. Logic enjoys organized chaos, and that's what it is. The reality is that I go out every single night. Every single night. Was at the game, sitting courtside yesterday. Sometimes we fly in and out of town on the weekends, and that ain't even got nothing to do with the Patreon meetup. Sometimes we take day trips and we'll fly over to a city, have lunch somewhere, and then fly back that same day. Like, marriage is awesome, it's dope, but Mr. Logic is so used to going to Walmart and finding him some scallywag or some lot lizards that toxicity makes the most sense for him. So it's gonna listen. If a chick ain't got a wig hanging up on the back of her door in her bathroom, and she not clogging up his drain with all of that hair that fall into it, then Mr. Logic don't feel like she worth talking to.
All right, now let me address this. Let me address this real fast.
Say lot lizard?
No, hold up, Rilla. Hold up.
I just need to know, did he say lot lizard?
No, look. See, because look, I'm gonna put my nigga up in here. Look, check this out. I was chilling. I'm just saying. All I said was I will refer to y'all to all marriage conversations because I'm out of my comfort zone. I can see it, right? I even said I listen to y'all when y'all talk about marriage, but I'm gonna keep it 100 that when y'all talk about it, it be just boring. It be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? It's like, oh man, like damn, is this what I want?
Specific Logic? Who make what sound boring?
All right, look. See, it wasn't even meant for nobody to take it personal or then like that. I said, I just be. That's why I don't say nothing when they talk about marriage because I don't know about it. I'd be disingenuous. I'd be lying, or I'd be talking with somebody to say. Well, I'm just saying, it's like, yes, marriage is really great. It's super dope. I mean, I'm like, God damn.
Well, Logic, I think you need to give your...
Wait, Court, I'm sorry. Yeah. Really quick. Logic, I'm asking you a legit question because you said that people on this panel make marriage sound boring. Now, I'm recently married, so I can't speak to married life like that, right? Anton be saying some wild stuff out of his mouth. So I know you can't be saying he make marriage sound boring because he be saying some wild stuff.
You know what the funniest part about it is? We talk. Hold on. Let me just add some context to that though. We talked about sex. Mr. Logic was looking squared in the mug on this panel. Am I off?